All right, we're going to give away tickets for homecoming coming up after our conversation with Trey White. He's with us, the Chula product. He's out of San Diego, third year as an Aztec. He leads the nation in sacks. He's with us right now, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760, home of the Aztecs. Trey, first of all, thank you for coming on. Hope it's been a good bye week, and we appreciate you taking time for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
So we had your defensive coordinator on this week. I think it was 2 days ago because we had Jordan Napier yesterday, but we had Eric Schmidt on a couple of days ago. I asked the question, I'm like, what does Trey need to do differently now that he's getting all this additional attention and now you see what he's doing on film as an edge rusher? He's like, Trey doesn't need to do anything differently. How is it impacting you, the way teams are trying to, quote-unquote, defend you or stop you in that, edge rush position? And again, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, I think teams are starting to chip me a little bit more, but, with my motor and just like the way our defense is, I'm going to get plenty of opportunities to rush the quarterback and defend the run. So as long as I keep on doing me, it'll open up other lanes for some of my other teammates.
Trey, what's the transition? What's it been like for you moving to defensive end this year and then flourishing this year so far, leading the nation in sacks?
Yeah, it's really not much of a transition. I played defensive end in high school for 2 years, or 3 years actually, since my sophomore year. And it was just mostly refining the pass rushing skills by coming here. And I think the biggest help that I've had is my coach, Rob Worch. He's helped me refine my pass rushing skills, so I owe a lot to him.
What's different about the defense in general? I mean, you spent a couple of years and at one point Scout Team Player of the Year. You were on the field last year as well as a redshirt freshman. But when you go from 3-3-5, which had so much success here, to 4-2-5, and you see you guys are among the top teams in the nation in sacks. The defense has played incredibly well. What's the transition like just from a defensive perspective, 3-3-5 to 4-2-5?
It really isn't much of a difference. Both defenses like to add a lot of pressure. But I'd say the main difference is we're always playing with 4 down linemen in a 4-2-5, and a 3-3-5, you're playing a lot with 3 down linemen, and then you could have like 2 outside linebackers, 2 inside linebackers. That's probably the main difference, I would say.
You said you had a lot of experience as DN in high school. So when they told you, all right, look, we're going to put you back at this position, was that like exciting for you? Did you feel like, all right, cool, this is like a spot that I can be unlocked at? Like how was your feeling about that when they told you you're going to be moving back to DN?
No, yeah, I was super excited. I'm used to this position, and I pretty much knew a lot about it, but I knew there was a lot more to learn. So I knew that this is a place where I could excel because that's where I was playing in high school. So it was pretty much like coming home for me. And
what's like, I guess, maybe the one thing that you have learned by going back to DN that you didn't know previously, before you moved back there?
It's just like how deep my bag can get. With all my pass rushing moves, I really only was using my speed, but now I can use more of my hands and, a bunch of different techniques that Coach Orris is teaching me.
San Diego State edge rusher Trey White with us right now on John and Jim out of East Lake in Chula, leading the nation right now in sacks. You know the assignment this week. You've played some really good offenses, some outstanding quarterbacks. You get John Mateer this weekend. He's among the better dual-threat quarterbacks in the country at Washington State. What is part of the game plan, or what is your strategy to hopefully combat what you've seen that he's been able to do on film this year?
Yeah, he's a really great quarterback from what I've seen on film. And I feel like our biggest thing, we just have to keep him contained, and we know he can hurt us. So if we can stop him and stop him from scrambling a lot and just bring him down, I feel like that's the biggest thing, not missing any tackles on him and bringing him down when we have the opportunity, I feel like we'll be great.
Coming off that heartbreaking loss to Central Michigan, you guys bounced back and you guys won 2 in a row here. What does that say about your team, having that heartbreaker and then bouncing back here and winning 2 straight games?
Yeah, it just shows that we're not going to give up. We're always going to fight. And even though we're all relatively new to each other, I feel like we've created a close bond with the help of our coaches, and just like the locker room chemistry, I feel like has been really great, and we always have each other's backs.
What's it like watching your offense progress? I feel like probably on both sides of the football and special teams too. I mean, the point of football is to improve over the course of a year. I think we've really seen improvement on the offensive side of the ball. What are you seeing from whether it's Danny O'Neal, the offensive line, the receivers? How have they improved as the weeks have gone by?
Yeah, I think it's not just a testament to one person. It's
Yeah.
throughout the whole entire offense. Danny O'Neal has been stepping up really greatly, and even though like all the shuffles through the O line, I feel like we stayed pretty constant throughout. And everyone has that next man up mentality, so everybody's ready to go when it's their time.
Trey, how much thought have you put into your future, if any, right now?
Right now, none. I'm really focused on this season and getting a conference championship. We're 2-0 in conference, so I'm just excited for the next 6-7 weeks that we have with this team, and I'm excited to see how far we can go.
I think I saw a video, maybe it was at GoAztecs.com with some media availability where you said heading into the year, I wrote down some goals, like individual goals, like from a team perspective, we want to win, but I'm like, hey, if I could get the double-digit sacks, like that's a huge year.
And you're already there.
So now, and then you said, hey, what about? So what is the? Is there an individual goal, or is it all about the team right now? But now that you have 11 sacks, what are you thinking about, knowing that you're already into double digits?
Yeah, before the season starts or every season, I try to write down goals for myself because I really believe in that and manifesting it and, just putting it down on paper just so you have somewhere to strive to. So, at the beginning of the year, my goal was 10 sacks, and I'm already past that. So, I just got to double it and try to get that 21.
Has it kind of been surreal? I mean, your third year in the program, you're out of Eastlake, you're born in Chula, you're playing at San Diego State, you're in this new stadium. We don't know. Your future's your future, like anyone. But what's this opportunity been like for you? Playing in front of friends and family, quote unquote, staying home. What have these 3 years been like for you personally?
Yeah, it's just been a blessing to be here. My family and friends get to come out and watch me, and I get to play for San Diego State, who I grew up watching. So, just me doing my thing and, making my family proud is just a blessing right now. So I'm really happy I can do that.
You mentioned the new goal here, Trey, 21. I'm sure you know, and if you don't know, the all-time record for sacks in a season by an Aztec is 21. So maybe 22 after hearing that, might be the new goal here. Try to break that record set by Mike Douglas in 1976.
Yeah, I guess 21 and a half, I guess.
Yeah. We got to get above 21 here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Trey, before you go, you look at what's to come here. You've had a couple of bye weeks, and now it's 6 games in 6 weeks. Like you said, 2-0 in the league. Do you feel as if the team is kind of playing the best that they've played to this point, and they've put themselves in a position where you and your teammates can play some of your best football still ahead?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like we're coming off a clean slate. We're 3-3, but I think of it as 0-0. So as long as we just do our jobs and just keep on fighting every single game, because we know winning isn't easy, and I think we'll be just fine.
Chula Vista's Trey White out of Eastlake High School, again leading the nation in sacks, getting ready for homecoming on Saturday at Snapdragon Stadium against Washington State. Trey, we appreciate you taking time for us. Best of luck this weekend, and we'll do it again, all right?
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it. And go Aztecs.